So when ICE does a fiber installation to the home, the first step is the fiber drop. Fiber drops can be overhead or underground. It just depends on how it's engineered to your home. Our engineers do this when we design the plant. It's not something that can be changed. It is set to an aerial or an underground drop. And that is predetermined before our service is even sold to the customers. So on an overhead drop, there's certain height restrictions we have to have. It's called GEO 95. A lot of the times the power companies tell us where we need to be on the pole. We have to have power and fiber separations. So our techs have to match that to get to their homes. So a lot of the times when we bring fiber to the home, it does follow power. Sometimes it's away from power. We do have separation. So there's a lot of laws and restrictions around where we drop to the side of your house. With all aerial drops, there's going to be a clamshell on the side. It's a lot like conventional copper clamshells like you see for phone services. Ours are fiber direct from our enclosure at the pole to the side of the house. As far as fiber underground drops, there's a couple different variety of ways we deliver fiber underground. Most of the time, there is a portion that's aerial, so meaning the enclosure where we feed the fiber to the home is going to be on the pole somewhere. We go down the pole, and then we go dirt underground to the side of your house. Sometimes it's all underground. You'll see a vault in the sidewalk that has a race stamp on it. That'll go from that underground vault to the house. Sometimes it's in the grass. Sometimes you are going to see that line. You might have to grow some new grass in that area. We're not perfect. We try to be, but sometimes we do have to, disturb the grass to cut underground to get to the side of your home. Like overhead, there is certain laws when we feed underground called GEO 128 codes. We have to follow a certain depth. We have to call in USA tickets to make sure there's not gas lines, electrical lines, water lines, sewer lines. Those take a couple days. So what we do is we do a temporary drop to the house. Generally, it's fiber coming out of that vault. It lays across the grass on the top. Generally, that's the same way that trench is going to be dug. If there's concrete in the way, we will not put fiber across the driveway to where you're driving over it. While it can take that, it's not a preferred method of delivering. Sometimes we do have to reschedule those installations if we have to dig underneath or bore underneath a driveway. We do some different methods to do that. Our drop techs will talk to the homeowner before we cut any concrete or do a restoration process on that concrete. We will have some videos online to show you exactly what that restoration process looks like. We try to return it as best we can to how that was done. Same thing with the underground drop if we're digging through the grass. Generally, we're still going to bring and mount a clamshell on the side of your house, pretty close to where power's at. Might have to move it down, just depends where the fiber is underground, but you're going to have a clamshell mounted on the side of the house. There is restrictions to height. We try to keep it chest height. We want our techs to be able to work from ground level. No ladders. We don't put it high up in the eaves. We don't also put it on the ground level either. It needs to get protected from animals, weed whackers, landscapers. The big thing is your dogs like to chew on fiber, or cats. We've seen all kinds of animals chew on fiber, so we try to keep it as most protected as we can.